Imagine your ship trapped in endless ice, food running out, no hope of rescue for thousands of miles. But here's the twist, you're not watching a movie. This is the true story of Ernest Shackleton's Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition, where every day brought new dangers and shocking twists you won't believe. By 1914, both poles were conquered. Shackleton wanted more to cross the entire continent from coast to coast, a white nightmare thousands of miles wide. 2 ships, 2 teams, 1 giant gamble. The Endurance would attack from the Weddell Sea, the Aurora from the Ross Sea, meeting on the Beardmore Glacier. On paper, it looked bold and tidy. The ice had other ideas. Europe was rumbling toward war as Shackleton packed his stores. He even offered his ships and crew for combat. The Admiralty's reply? One word: proceed. So, on the 8th of August, 1914, Shackleton and 27 men sailed south into the unknown. The Endurance sliced into the Weddell Sea ready for glory. Instead, she met her match. Pack ice, far thicker than expected, closed around the wooden hull like jaws. For days, the crew threaded channels, even naming new coastline the Caird Coast, but the ice kept tightening. On the 19th of January 1915, the Endurance was completely beset. The horizon became a desert of white blocks. Freedom vanished overnight. At first, life aboard the trapped ship felt manageable. Meals were hot, bunks dry, spirits high, but the ice groaned, shifted, and slammed pressure ridges against the hull. By September, cracks ran the length of the ship. On the 26th of October, Shackleton gave the order, no explorer wants to say, abandon ship. 3 lifeboats, sledges, and scant food were hauled onto the ice. 1 day later, the stern crumpled. Crossing Antarctica was now fantasy. Survival became the only mission. Each man was allowed only 2 pounds of belongings. Frank Hurley risked death to rescue 150 of his glass plate negatives, smashing the rest so temptation wouldn't call him back. They built ocean camp on the floe, assigned jobs, and tried to wait out the ice. On the 21st of November, the Endurance sank for good. The floe itself began to fracture. They dragged the boats north, christened their new refuge Patience Camp, and waited again until cracks raced underfoot, and Shackleton gave the command, launch the boats. Through 5 brutal days of storms, freezing spray, and sleepless terror, they rowed to Elephant Island. Land underfoot felt like salvation after nearly 500 days on drifting ice. But there were no shipping lanes, no rescue signals, no one would ever come by chance. Shackleton chose his toughest men and turned the James Caird into a seaworthy lifeboat. On the 24th of April 1916, 6 men set off into roaring grey seas. 2 watches, 4 hours on, 4 off. Whenever the clouds parted, Worsley shot the sun with a sextant. 1 rogue wave nearly swamped them, forcing frantic bailing with anything that would scoop. After 16 days, they sighted South Georgia, but landed on the deserted side. Launching again was suicide, so Shackleton, Worsley, and Crean set out on foot across mountains no human had crossed. 36 sleepless hours later, beards iced, clothes stiff, they staggered into the whaling station. 3 shadows had crawled out of the mountains, barely recognizable as men. Rescue launches retrieved the remaining crew on the island, but Shackleton's mission wasn't done. He had to save the men still clinging to life on Elephant Island. For 138 days, Frank Wild kept the castaways busy under their upturned boat shelter, repeating the same line each dawn. Lash up and stow. Boys, the boss may come today. 3 rescue attempts failed until finally, on the 30th of August 1916, the Chilean steamer Yelcho broke through the ice. Wild saw the funnel first and roared. Men sprinted, waving rags, shrieking with relief. Within an hour, every man was aboard. 28 went out, 28 came back. Not a single life lost. Historians call this Shackleton's greatest triumph, not the failed crossing, but saving every soul under his command. Through 17 months of drifting ice, hunger, and terror, he kept them working, singing, believing. When panic struck, he turned it into action. Load the boats. boys we leave now. Even today, the wreck of the Endurance lies on the sea floor, but the real treasure is the story. Wooden planks rot, ropes fray, but Shackleton's gamble still teaches new generations that leadership means staying calm when the map burns away. And if you ever feel trapped, remember 28 men watching their only ship sink, yet still finding the courage to play football on the ice. Remember 3 half-frozen figures sliding down a mountain on a coil of rope, laughing because climbing was slower. Remember Frank Wild, peering through blizzard haze every morning and calling out, "The boss may come today." One day, the boss did. Still thirsty for adventure? Smash that like button and subscribe for more true stories where real life outdoes fiction.